Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cappy, it's for you. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we get into it, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel and you want some of that Rafi love, there's your jumping card. Hit the subscribe button, right? Why wouldn't you? For your remember, these are general readings. Your key to the week this week that literally jumped out of my hand was the Tower card. And so in all of these different areas of life, there are going to be shake-ups this week, right? That much is what Tarot is really wanting to get across to you, that wants you to know. Remember with the Tower card, and I'm just going, you guys are Capricorn, so I know you can handle this. And I'm just going to be really honest and open with you, right? The Tower can sometimes show up when shit's about to really go sideways. There's no getting around it, right? And everybody like it. I don't need to explain this. You guys have been with me long enough. The reason that you rock with me is because I am the way that I am. So I don't need to get into it. But it can be sometimes where things are about to go horribly wrong, right? That's one possibility. It can also be where you have a realization or a moment of clarity that's so powerful that you cannot go back to the way that you were before, right? That now that you know this thing, you can't unknow it. It's kind of like the saying, you can't unring a bell. What I often say to people, clients especially with the Tower card, is once the Tower has fallen and the dust has settled and you cleared the rubble away, whatever is left, whoever, whether it's a relationship, a job, a friendship, you know, whatever it might be, right? Whatever is left once the Tower has fallen, you can trust 100% because it survived this, right? The Tower isn't just about punishing you for, you know, not doing something right. It's not that at all. It's not the universe saying, right, yep, you know what, I'm just going to completely fuck up your life. It's not that. It's where you've literally been walking through life with the not even rose tinted glasses, but just literally like wool over your eyes. This card shows up when we're being broken out of our complacency, when we have to wake up, re-engage with life and be in it. All right. So it's not always an easy experience. And I'm going to tell you, you are not alone. Everybody, every human being will have multiple Tower moments in a lifetime. Multiple, right? That is life after all. It's constant learning. But sometimes, you know, if we haven't been getting the message or we haven't been getting the memo, sometimes we need a good shake up, right? And so that's why this card sometimes shows up. Now, for your actions and options, you've got the Justice card, right? So one way that this potentially shows up for you is through legal action. This could be legal action that you set into motion, because this is the Justice card is in your actions and options. So this is about what you do, what you initiate, what you set forward. This is also a card of commitment, right? So if you're the sort of person that's got a different partner every week and is, you know, out there living their life and all the rest of it, more power to you, Henny. Go and get yours, right? Absolutely get yours. But you might find this week that you meet someone that completely smacks you between the eyes and you're like, no, that's it. This is my person. And you propose and everybody's like, but you've only known this person a week, or you've only known this person a month, or, you know, or whatever the case might be. It might be very shocking for you to get into such a solid commitment. It is possible, though, that there's a legal matter or a legal situation that could arise this week. Almost like in a way that you're like, holy crap, where did this come from? For the options that are available to you, it's a contract, right? There's you signing on the dotted line in some regard. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Hanged Man. This week, I advise you to keep your mouth shut, right? The reason I say this is because the Hanged Man suggests that you don't have all of the facts yet. Whatever this is, you don't have all of the information to hand. You aren't aware of how it all sort of is going to play out. And so you're being encouraged to stand back, observe, just take a moment, right? Bite your tongue. This is one of those times, whether you are right or wrong, Capricorn, this is one of those times you have to bite your tongue and let it all play out, all right? Once it has, you'll then be able to navigate forward. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be some murky waters that arise. And I don't think this is necessarily to do with you. This might be the institution that you're studying with. There might be something going on in the background with them that you're unaware of. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, same thing, right? There might be something going on in the corridors of power of the business that you work for that you have not been privy to as yet. Don't panic. It doesn't look like you're suddenly going to be out on your ear and, you know, like, oh my gosh, like I've just been fired or whatever. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that. This could be that there's a superior that's in trouble of some sort. I wouldn't be surprised if this week something comes to light within your workplace where, you know, the word that I'm hearing actually is embezzlement. And I've got to say, like, you might be really surprised when all of this hits. You might be like, holy crap, right? Now, the other thing as well, for those of you that are currently unemployed for any reason, and I'm not talking about just those of you that are retired, sit your backside still, right? I'm telling you, Capricorn, this is not a week to rush into something just because you identify so strongly with being employed. Sit your backside still, right? This is not that week. Sit still. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, if somebody launches some kind of, you know, it's possible, right? Somebody could launch something this week. Maybe papers are filed. Maybe somebody, you know, tries to sue you or whatever. Let it play out. Let it be what it's going to be, and then move, right? Don't, I mean, you won't anyway. You're Capricorns. You guys are cool as cucumbers. Let it all sort of unfold. And once you're aware of what everything is, then you can kind of say, okay, you know what? Now I'm going to step back and I'm going to let it be. All right. And then once you know exactly what's coming forward, you know what move to make and when. All right. That's all I'm saying to you. Bide your time. I've already done the retired and no longer working. For your love and relations, you've got the Death card. It's possible. I've got to say, I'm not happy about this combination. As many of you know, I've got a lot of Capricorn energy in my family. Okay. One way that this could show up, this could be a very sudden ending to a relationship, specifically a marriage, right? It could be something that comes to a very abrupt end, and maybe in a way that you're not clear on or aware of. With the Hanged Man here, you won't be clear on it, not for some time yet, right? Probably not until right the way through until October of this year, whatever's going on. If you're in a relationship and, you know, everything's fine and it's all good, that Death card could be, you know, I'm really sorry to say, because it's the Tower, there's no getting around this. This could be a very sudden passing of somebody who you really don't expect to go, right? Like, they could be fine 1 minute, everything's all right, and then before you know it, you blink and it's like, hang on a sec, what happened there? I really hope that I'm wrong on this front. You know, I really, really do. But it is a possibility, and this is something that I want you to be just very mindful of in the background. So, you know, I'm sorry, there's you know, the cards are the cards. I can't tell you, you know, there's no real way to pretty this spread up. It's just kind of, it is what it is. For those of you that are single and looking, I wouldn't be surprised if this week, and I hope I'm wrong on all of these fronts, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if you, for those of you that are speaking to somebody, like maybe you've been, you know, on an app or whatever the case might be, or maybe you've gone on a date or two, I wouldn't be surprised if you get ghosted this week. And if you do, it's nothing to do with you. It's just that this person is very much up in the air. And to be honest, you've kind of dodged a bullet. It doesn't feel good, right? It doesn't feel good at all, but you've dodged a bullet. Another way that this also potentially shows up for you is that you get a, you know, this happened to me once actually, a long time ago. This guy, just that I was texting and we were talking and stuff, he just stopped replying one day. And I thought, okay, well, I've been ghosted, it is what it is. And then I saw all of these messages on his Facebook wall to say that he'd actually passed away. And it really throws you for a loop, right? Because you're like, well, I was just talking to this person, like, what happened? And because you don't know them well enough, you don't really ever get to find out. It's possible that this could happen, and I really hope I'm wrong on this front. If you've been with me long enough, you know I never relish making these predictions. I really don't. I've predicted so many of the deaths in my own family, right? If you think I relish that, then you're the person that's got a problem. I don't. I really don't. However, the work is the work, right? This is the work. This is the path that I chose. This is a part of what comes with it. In life, with the sweets come the sours. And I can assure you there's been a few. For your money and materials, you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So you'll be glad to know that in everything else, your money's all right. Your Nine of Pentacles will show up, I mean, in this spread, especially with the Tower card, this could be that you come by money, or you realise that money will be on its way to you in a way that's either faster or quicker than you expected. It's also you surprising yourself with taking time out to really just enjoy, oh God, sorry. Taking time out just to really enjoy your life, right? I think this is a good thing because you're enjoying the fruits of your labour, but maybe in a way that you don't expect. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Nine of Pentacles is your digestive system. This with the Tower card, you know, like when you get nervous belly, like, so if you're quite a hyper tense sort of person, it tends to wreak havoc with your, oh, sorry. It tends to wreak havoc. For those of you that don't know, my nan passed away a couple of weeks ago at this point, and it's it just comes in waves. For your this nervous belly thing, watch out for this in your digestive system. And then finally for your oh gosh, come on brain, for your home and environment, the Nine of Pentacles. There's one way that this could show up is that you just suddenly feel the need to really start working on the garden. You might just throw yourself into it. It's like, I'm just going to make this the most enjoyable space that it can be. For those of you that don't have a garden, or if it's not anything to do with that, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up having to spend some sort of money on the home this week that you didn't expect to have to spend. All right, so I hope that's not the case, but there's no getting around that this is going to be a challenging week. I'm really sorry to say that, and I hope I'm wrong on all of the heavy fronts. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I am praying for you, spelling you safe, and I will, hope you ride this one out like the absolute bosses that you are. With that said, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.